Hello, here is another exciting AYD League game where White won by a pretty large margin of 32 points, but that's because of killing the group on the bottom that shouldn't die, and that was like 30 points. Well, there were lots of twists and turns this game, so let's have a look in detail. Black started pretty well this time, and somehow in the middle game kept donating points everywhere till the game was won by White. So many times it's hard to keep the focus till the end, and that can cost the game, can be exhausting. So far, very modern Joseki's top right corner and top lower left also. This attach is very good. White played the block. Back in the day, White would always wedge, but nowadays it's not so often played anymore. This would be an old-fashioned Joseki. So block, connect, then attach. Now here Black played a Hane. Usually against this attach, Black will push, then White doesn't block because of the cut. White has to connect solid, Haneing the corner. White plays a hanging connection, Black goes Atari, and most of the time connects the corner at b2. So like this, Black keeps the I shape in the corner, and White extends for a base on the bottom side. And this Joseki comes to an end. It's a very modern Joseki inspired by AI, and it's quite often seen nowadays. Then Black can play a Shimari like O3 or P3. So the game goes on. Let's see the actual game. White protects here against the cut in order to prepare the cut at c7. But White can actually block e3. If Black goes Atari and White connects, there's a bamboo connection, and Black still has to protect against the cutting points on the border or simply treat the stones lightly. When White goes, Black plays the Hane in the corner, White will capture a stone to fix I shape on the bottom. If Black connects the bottom side, White will just descend on the left, then Black needs to extend for a base here. So White's group is already alive, and now White can think about ways to approach the bottom side. So this move, it's a little bit questionable because it creates an empty triangle, and the shape it's quite strange for White. Black Hane in the corner, that's a big point. Now White connected solid, then Black Atari here. This Atari, it feels nice. White's wall, it's under pressure, but for Black it's very big to go down at b2. This way Black has eyes and White doesn't. So when White goes up here, Black can just defend j3 or even k3 and sacrifice a stone like this. Then extend again. If White plays out or plays a crosscut, then Black will come with Atari, which gives another bad shape, then Atari again and connect. So White has to capture a stone, but again, Black develops very fast on the bottom, and the left side is already safe. This cut will never work. So just Atari. Well, this feels good too. If White connects, it's super ugly and heavy, and he did. White should just block at b2, keep I shape. Now here against this b2, for Black it's proper to defend at c8 or c9, but this will happen later in the game too. So Black got the Shimari, very light development, but locally still good to go down. Puts a lot of pressure on the group. So descent, White is forced to make some I shape, which is painful. Then Black has a lot of potential on the bottom too. For White, all these moves, having this one and create the wall, it's extremely heavy and feels like inefficient. So Black got the Shimari, so far so good. White blocks. And with this move, Black is trying to keep the pressure on the group, but actually Black should just leave it and extend on the side. Either like this, or at least a hanging connection, or a Keima. Now the thing is, if Black doesn't play anything and goes for another big point, such as a middle side extension at q10, White can cut here now. And then when Atari and go down, White will capture the stones faster. So having the stone at a4 will actually help in the semi, but Black can play c8 or c9 to prevent that capture. So when White cuts, Black will just ladder. And in the meantime, playing c9, you approach the top left corner more. So when White captures a stone like this to fix the corner, then speed up the Fuseki and develop faster on the left side. This would be fine for Black. Well, black defends, and this way white can still attack quite severe the left side by playing a move like d9. But this has to wait because right now white will probably use the cuts. Oh, white turn, that's a thank you move. Black is happy when this turn happens. Simply gets ahead on the fourth line. Then a peep instead of a cut, that's also strange. So white has the cut down or up. Either way, it's fine and it's easy to make eye shape. But playing the peep, it's a little bit strange. It's like trying to kill everything and it's not going to happen. So black connects solid, white comes out. And here black should find a better way to create a sabaki. An attach on top of the two stones, it's fine. For white it's difficult to cut here, because when white connects down, black will capture the stone up. If white plays out, like this for example, black can double atari. Or extend, which threatens the ladder on two stones, white needs to protect. Then play the double atari or atari and go down. So this would be a disaster for white. Therefore, on this tsuke, white will hane on the outside. Then black goes up, now there's a cutting point, so white needs to protect somehow. Probably a hanging connection, turn, block, and then keima. So black's group is out with a much better shape, and now white is in trouble again on the left side. So it's very important for black to remember tsuke here, then make some eye shape this way. Of course, white can also make eyes on the bottom, but black is out, and now this group on the left side, it's surrounded, and that's a problem. Luckily, it's only one eye. And when white plays here, black can hane, again it's one eye. So the thing is, when black makes sabaki on the bottom and creates a good shape, white has to run out with the group on the left, which means he doesn't have time to protect the bottom. So white will go out here, then black can take away the base from the bottom side. Now when white runs with this group, black just separates the two weak groups. So the flow of the game is very good for black so far. So black comes out, white escapes too. This gives territory on the left side. Now before jumping out, black can play a peep to stay connected. White needs to connect solid, otherwise black will push through. And then Kosumi like this, to escape towards the center, still keep an eye on the group on the left, and also think about the pressure on the bottom group. White might go out this way, but black is already out. So with this jump, white can try g6, which he did. And black's approach was almost okay. K3 is still the key point here, because with K3, usually when you see this shape on the board, and you have two stones here, you want to approach K3 for two reasons. One is to connect under at H2, and in this case, it's also nice to go between the stones at H5. So white's options are not too great here. I mean, if white covers on top, simply connect under, then when white pushes block, when Atari connect, there's a cutting point, white needs to play something like this, and black can already leave under. So white has to go down, but in this case, black can peep, then when white connects here, black is out, connecting to the center, so you use this K3 to get out into the middle. And if white connects here, black can push and cut, and now we have a semi-eye. So it's still more impact on white stones when you play a move like K3. That's the key point. Playing L3, L3 is not going to connect to H2. So if white plays, for example, this move, and black tries to link under, it's not going to happen anymore. White played a solid move, but this one leaves the peep, which is center for black, and black can increase the right side. So in the end, it's just a sacrifice, but well, it shouldn't happen. So this way, white got a few points back. Q10, it's a very big point. Atari and descent. S16 is large, but you can wait. This is the kind of move you play in the endgame. Here, black can play keima, and if white jumps under, black can attach once, white connects. Otherwise, if white blocks, black has the Atari in center, then black can play here. So even if black loses some points on the right side, he can still make points in the center or somewhere else on the board taking center. So this kind of block is a little bit too early. No need to block as a reflex. can still push here directly and try to increase the middle. But the Keima to get ahead, it's even better. Or simply leave it for now and approach the left side. But anyway, this is not the cause for black of losing the game. This move is good. Attach, cut, it's fine. Here black should play Atari first. Then white Atari, capture, white may Atari again, connect, then white connects and pull back, and now white is on the run. So let's see the fight. Black extends, white Atari, black goes down, this is forced. And here white shouldn't descend. White should actually play R3. R3 has the same impact on P2 stones like Q2. Now black has to defend at O2, so it's the same case like in the variation where white plays Q2, but having R3 on the board, white can continue with R5. So here if black tries to cut, white will just Atari and descend and capture everything. Therefore, black has to sacrifice the stone, and now it's much easier for white to live in the corner. Now, when white goes down Q2, white needs to come back at Q4, black pulls back 2, and luckily white is not yet alive. White is running out, obviously. Black builds while attacking, this is a good move, and black needs to try to surround this group. In fact, for black it's more interesting to play this peep, threatening to save the stones on the left side, and then continue the attack from the bottom. So make sure that the group doesn't connect to the left. And now white is still on the run. So here things can get quite complicated for white, because this group, it's not alive and it's also surrounded. So this would finish the game right here. Now when black plays p8, this will build a lot on the right side, but white can simply come out and seek a connection to the left group or play a Kosumi. Now when white plays this move, he's looking for some eyes in the corner, but this move only gives one eye in the corner. Black can still look for ways to surround the whole thing. Let's see here. So if white tries a move like this, black will hit the vital point. When white extends, black just blocks. If white plays here, Hane in the corner, Hane again, and then reduce to one eye. Therefore, black pushing the top, that's fine. So no more attacking. But now black tries to take away the eye. And actually this move is not necessary because there was anyway only one eye in the corner. And playing a move like this helps white with a shortage of liberties. So it's very dangerous. Before trying this move, black should still play the peep first. So if this peep is played and black goes R3, then connects under, and white plays the same sequence like in the game, when white comes out here, black can just ladder and capture everything. But anyway, it's not necessary to try to remove the eye with R2. This got black into trouble. When white plays Atari, black can Hane, and now there's a co-fight. Therefore, white should play S1. S1 is the Tesuji to prevent the ko, because if black pushes in the corner, white will just capture the stones. So black will need to connect and then throw in Atari from the outside. Now when black connects, white can come out and capture the bottom stones, or escape into the middle, because now the ladder doesn't work anymore. So this is pretty much a disaster for black. So black's attempt to kill the corner with R2 wasn't great. Let's go back to the original game. Something similar happened, so Atari, and now black stopped the attack. That's a wise decision. Should still peep here, and then it's possible to connect. But anyway, in order to kill this group, it's important to surround it first. So take a big point, that's fine. White pincers, but he doesn't need to. He should simply defend, play calm, and then try to find ways to reduce the right side. That was a little bit dangerous. Now here black should jump out, then when white defends the corner, surround the stone on the left side like this or like this. Now we have another interesting Joseki. Black tries to resist with the Atari, but it's not necessary. Just attach in the corner and Nobi. This is the basic pattern. Now when this Atari happens, white goes out, so the sequence is forced. Atari, the descent is wrong. Black should play Atari from the outside and Atari again to capture the stone, then take it right away. But the result of this fight is still pretty good for white, because black got over-concentrated at the top and white still built a lot on the left side. Compared to the Joseki, this is slightly favorable for white. So the Joseki, black gets into the corner with d17 and c17, and later on, black can also use these 4c moves. So Atari, white resist, go out, Atari, and descend. When black descends here, white can just connect and capture the stones on the left side. The only thing that black gets here, it's a few 4c moves in the middle, but then there are still cutting points to protect. And now, black actually lost all this territory, but the wall doesn't function because white took away the extension. So this way black is punished. Well, white went down to make sure he captured. Instead of connecting c16, black plays one Atari, that's good. Now cut, Atari from the outside. Actually here white should just play Atari and push along. And only when black defends, Atari from the outside and see what happens in the middle. Actually leave the position like this, just extend to reduce the thickness. Now after the Atari at f15, when Atari under, black should take right away. The reason is, if white tries to save the stone in the middle, black has one Atari here, then block the left side in center. So these are black's 4c moves. So black gets the corner and then fight in the center. Actually the second Atari is not necessary, sorry. So block once, white captures, then push. So you have the Atari in the middle at e11. If white plays here, black can extend in the top. Anyway, it's better to take right away. Now, if white extends in the corner at b17, black doesn't have to play at c17, but Atari here and capture this stone. Playing the descent, white is not going to allow the turn at b17, so white pushes along. If white comes out, for example here, black can play an Atari, then turn in center, then push along. So again, black gets the corner. Therefore, white will push and black captures. But this way, black lost the move, because black plays c17 and it wasn't necessary to have that stone there right now. Therefore, it's important to remember that in this case, capture right away. If white plays Atari, black can resist with Atari like this and fight a ko, or just Atari from the outside and force white go down. So this will be sent again and capture the stone. If white captures, it doesn't work because black has Atari from the outside and it's impossible to connect. Therefore, black takes the corner back. So it's very important to take instead of descent. Now black took, and white can later save this guy and mess up the center. Yeah, this is a shoulder hit to reduce the right side. Very good. Wedge to create cutting points. For white, it's more interesting to play this hanging connection. Black might defend the whole right side and then run out again in a much faster way. Big cut. So looking at the territory on the right side, black is still okay in the game. Probably 50-50. Here it's better to extend k17, because going up allows white slide and then there's not going to be too much territory in the middle. So when this happens, if white tries to resist, then, well, we have a fight in the center. But it seems white can escape. Black shouldn't play the peep at d11, because without the peep, black can always push here. And then if white tries to fight in the top, this Atari comes very natural and helps the black stones in the middle. And if white goes no b, then take the stone would be proper, or extend in the top and then fight better in the center. So white goes out. Then we have a little sacrifice here. This push is good, keeps everything kind of connected. Oh, these stones are captured, fine. Take them. But now the center can become white. So yeah, black must come inside. This can be separated, so normally just Kosumi. Okay. That attempt is strange. only push here, but better wait as a cut threat. Like this, black is just losing more points. And keep gote. So if black plays here, white will push, push again, and throw in once. Then leave the position like this. This way, white takes center. So black didn't gain anything by playing b13, just a little minus in gote. This Hane is center too. Now here, normally black has to block, push once, and then play a one space jump, or capture the stone to stay alive. Here black really had to pay attention. Hane will work too. If white goes no b, black just connects. Now when white comes out, Atari and Hane. If white captures 3 stones, black takes 1 back and then takes the group like this. So it's alive. White has to go down. And being behind, it's okay to block like this and fight and capture the stone. There's a lot of I shape like this. So push, then block, Hane, and oh. This is a bit dangerous. Black should jump out once or take the stone. But in fact, the group seems alive still. Yeah, that was okay. Reduce some more. Yeah, on this move, black missed the vital point. It should be N3. Because now there's mi between making an eye in the middle or on the bottom. So when white takes away this eye, black just captures a stone and creates the 2 eyes. If white pushes here to damage the eye, I mean to force it on the bottom, black will just jump out. Because for white it's impossible to play N1 and take away the second eye. Even if white captures a stone, black is already alive. N2, sorry, will be a self-Atari. So the move is N3. And on this move, Hane, when white goes out, connect. Then when white plays here, just connect to the top. So capture, push, and now white has only 1 eye. Oh, sorry, black has 1 eye. Yeah, this is tough. Very difficult to make the second eye. White is very strong in this area, so game is over after this. And here white can snap back. And black lost more than 30 points in this fight alone. And that was exactly the difference in the game. So no matter what happens after this, white will win big. Here black can throw in once, then descend. In the end, white has to play 2 times inside. But right now, white doesn't have to do anything. Atari, cut. So, black has to play a move here. Then there will be Atari and another Atari like this. But with the move at d18, black defends against c18 at the end. But if black doesn't play anything, so black played this turn, white can Atari, 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 keep going till the end and capture everything. So what happens if white cuts, black has to give up that stone. That's a pity. But anyway, black could as well resign. This monkey jump is bad because it's gote. White should just play Keima in center and then don't push. Play some other moves. Okay, then. Ooh, this cut is super big. And it creates a ko. Yeah, so when white pushes here, black needs to Atari. Then white captures these guys. Black takes the 2 stones as compensation. And if white protects, black connects too. That's a better order of moves. Now we have a ko. Good decision to eliminate the ko because in the top, anyway, white was taking that stone. And white should continue with a jump. Or leave it. Anyway, those stones are captured. Yeah, no way to come back. It's actually important for black to block here. Otherwise, white keeps pushing in center. Yeah, so again, black defense here, which is a half point call, but actually black could connect a t5, and this is a 2 points move. White will push here, that destroys 1 point, and now fill the call. And that's also the call at a18. This is just too small right now, and this defense is not necessary yet. So black can connect here only when white takes away the liberty on the outside. Black needs to connect inside. But again, it didn't matter. 30 points difference. So the key point or the critical moment in the game was losing this group on the bottom, and also the way the attack developed on the right side. Black shouldn't try this R2, was just too much. Just keep building, looking at the group which is weak. If you kill it, it's fine. If you don't, it's also okay, because the position was already good. And then, well, in the early stage, these stones shouldn't die. But yeah, white managed to fight back pretty well from a tough position in Fuseki. Enjoy the review and revenge next time.